go. And before I even introduce Heidi, I do want to say this story because it's important to me. Out of all of our partners, Roofer's Coffee Shop is one of my favorites, to be totally honest with you. When you talk about genuine people that want to help you out, RCS, Roofer's Coffee Shop, also Roofing Metals Coffee Shop that Heidi will probably speak about as well in a second, was so welcoming to me. When I met Heidi the first time, I don't know if you remember, Heidi, our first connection together, our first Zoom meeting, whatever you want to call it. You were talking about the advertisement and cost and things like that. And the conversation, everybody that's on this call and anybody that's watching this recording, never even really the money part, the investment on my end was never really an issue with Heidi. She just wanted to help me out, right? Like Project Map, it's a growing, budding company. We're starting to really take off. I think 2023 for us is going to be a huge year. But like Heidi, you were so genuine and nice. And I love your smile, like you're showing now. But just Heidi made me feel so welcomed. And as far as my brand awareness for Project Map It, Roofer's Coffee Shop by far is the best partner we have. She has taught me how to brand and has given Project Map It some brand identity. They helped me write blogs. They helped me with video editing. They've done everything for me. So Heidi, I just wanted to start off by saying thank you for being an amazing woman, powerful leader in this industry that's not necessarily dominated by men, and you and your team are amazing. And I love you for it. So thank you. So with that, I want to hand it over to Heidi and just let her introduce herself. Heidi, tell the world what you got and who you are and how you came about, Roofer's Coffee Shop.
Great. Well, first of all, Stephen, thank you. We love Project Map It. I mean, a big part of it was we just love what you're doing with the map. I know hopefully everybody can see that out there right now. And we wanted to really highlight the mapping capabilities for our contractors on Roofer's Coffee Shop. So we love this partnership, Stephen. You're awesome. So Roofer's Coffee Shop is actually 20 years old. We've been around since 2002 when we launched from a newspaper. We were Roofers Exchange back in the day. And really in 2015, we started taking it to a whole new level. That's actually when I started full time with Roofer's Coffee Shop, was in 2015. And it's an online community. And that's the name of our webinar today, is online communities. And that's what we've built. We really believe in bringing the roofing community together. And now with the launch of Metal Coffee Shop, we're bringing the metal industry together online. There's a lot of great associations, amazing groups that get together with trade shows that are doing things all the time. But we wanted to have something 24/7 that was online, where contractors could really come together, network, get information, find the resources they need, continuing education, classified ads, buy and sell. Find new products like Project Map It. That's really the basis of Roofer's Coffee Shop. And we do it through the website. We do it through podcasts, videos, webinars, social media, e-news, you name it, anything that's digital. We try to be involved in. So
talk to the companies that utilize Project Map It and might be seeing this podcast webinar. You mentioned online communities and what you do. Why are online communities important for exterior remodeling companies, contractors in general, but in this case, exterior remodeling companies?
Yeah, I'm going to kind of go back a little bit. My dad was a general contractor. So I grew up in the trades, and my dad every week, and sometimes every day, but would go to the local coffee shop. And at the local coffee shop, he would find, who was looking for work, what new products were out there, what everybody's talking about, get directions, whatever it is. And I live in Oregon. And so my dad would go, sometimes 4, 5, 6 hours away. He would find that local coffee shop and be able to get the information he needed for the job he was doing in that area. We wanted that to be the same thing, that community, right? That community of sitting down in the coffee shop, having your cup of coffee and getting all the news. That's what we've worked really hard to create on Roofer's Coffee Shop. And I think every person everyone needs it, whoever you are. But in construction, you want to talk to like-minded people. So whether that's about roofing or about metal construction, you want to kind of hear what are the other contractors doing? What is working? What makes sense? It's like we show Project Map It. We want other contractors to say, look how great this is working for this contractor. Right. Same thing. We are constantly pushing that across the board. And I think that's why online communities are so important. A lot of people are kind of like, well, either or, should I be in person, like involved in associations, or should I be more involved online? You should be doing both. That's really the bottom line. But online is the future. And online is where everyone's going to be getting their information, including all of the contractors' customers. More homeowners are doing a lot, homeowners and building owners are researching online before they reach out.
So we did a podcast, Project Map It was on a podcast with Roofers Coffee Shop just recently, and we'll probably hit some of the same content and conversations that we did with that podcast. Being online for me, right, for Project Map It is a huge thing. That's what we are. We're on a website. We're definitely in person as far as Project Map It can be on, presentation platforms when you're at the in-home sales point during your process of trying to land new homeowners to add a roof to your home. But how should roofing companies position themselves in the online communities? What kind of advice do you have for them?
Yeah, so I think that's really important. Just like we want all the roofing contractors or metal contractors to come to Roofers Coffee Shop, Metal Coffee Shop to get information, you also need to become that source for your customers. And so as let's just talk roofing. Since I've been 30 years in roofing, it's one of my favorite things. But in the roofing world, as your customers are going to be doing research, right? They're going to be researching online. So you want to be able on your website to have blogs. You want to have the Project Map It, so they can see all the different homes you've done to show, look at all these great things, all the different colors as they're researching colors, warranties, testimonials, feedback, reviews, all of that. And I would say along with that, along with everything you have on your website, you also want to be very active, and probably most of you are, but socially, online in your community. So if you are a residential roofing contractor, you're going to want to be, sharing your map, sharing your project, sharing your website on social media, Facebook groups. Facebook groups are huge, especially local Facebook groups. And you probably all know this, but if you're not involved in your local Facebook group and you're residential, you really need to be, because they're going to be looking for you on there. You'll see posts all the time that say, looking for a good roofer, know anybody? And there you are. If you are commercial, you're going to definitely want to be on LinkedIn. And LinkedIn is, again, a community where they're going to come find you. They're going to see your articles. They're going to see what's happening. And you can use technology like Project Map It, or even use Roofers Coffee Shop to help enhance your presence on those digital communities. So we put out 4 to 5 articles a day. We also have our website, Ask a Roofer, which we're going to talk about. But Ask a Roofer is where homeowners can come in and ask questions or find a roofer. And they happen to find our club members. So we'll talk a little bit more about our club. But those are the type. Now all of a sudden you have validation. You have people looking in different places and saying, oh, they're here. They have a directory. And this is just validation for your customers of where you're at. We'll get into, I think, SEO too, because that's huge.
We're going to talk about that right now, actually. Validation is huge, right? So as Project Map It, just to kind of give you an idea for those that are watching, kind of what RCS, Roofers Coffee Shop, has done for us. As I search for new partners, right, I can tell them, hey, by the way, go to this blog on Roofers Coffee Shop that talks about, our relationship with them, or here's an article that Roofers Coffee Shop and I put together that talks about the history of Project Map It, different things like that. And when I'm talking to a bigger company, CertainTeed is one of our partners, and I can say, hey, by the way, we're partnered with Roofers Coffee Shop and we're doing a lot with them. That for my business, and Heidi's going to talk about how the RCS club members, the R club members, can help with your business. But for me, when I talk about Roofers Coffee Shop, people are, I mean, Roofer's Coffee Shop is in the know. So people, when they hear I'm part of Roofer's Coffee Shop, that brings some validity to my small company, right?
Yeah.
So with that said, I'm going to share my screen real quick. I'm not going to talk long about it. I want to show you, before Heidi talks about SEO and being an R Club member, what we've done. Project Map It has partnered with Roofer's Coffee Shop and the R Club members that we're going to chat about in a second. So I'm going to go to my screen. I hope you all can see it. In the chat box, feel free to ask questions. I have that open over to my right on my other screen. I think Mandy told me she could see this screen before, so I just want to make sure someone, if you want to put it in the chat box, you can see it. That'd be great. But we have a different type of map. You guys don't all know that. We have what's called a membership map. And, for a lot of you, this looks familiar, right? You all have maps with us. But here, this is a map that talks and showcases all of the R Club members. So if I click on a pin, you'll see it's a different type of looking module as far as the pin goes than what you're used to seeing on your end. So, we can put your logo up there. We talk about, the company. There's contact information along with all your social media links. You can do an About Us bio. Whatever it is you want, you can, as an R Club member, you automatically get on here. So we have built this membership map of the R Club members for Heidi and her team. And because of that, and I didn't even know this, when I was on a podcast with Heidi and them, they talked about Ask a Roofer, which Heidi will get into in a second. And I didn't even realize they were using the map to utilize this. So with that said, I'm going to bebop back over, and now we're at the camera. So talk about, how the involvement between Roofer's Coffee Shop and Project Map It has helped the contractor network, Heidi, if you don't mind.
Yeah, it helps so much. So
can you hear me, Heidi?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. So and I don't know, Stephen, if you want to put up Ask a Roofer. We're good. Okay. If you want to put up Ask a Roofer on your screen, but and kind of show them how this works. But Ask a Roofer, like I said, is a website for homeowners and building owners who want to ask questions about roofing, who they want to know what's going on. So we have this out there. We get questions in all the time. And so we knew we needed to have the ability for the people who are coming to Ask a Roofer. And we get probably around 5,000 to 6,000 people a month on our Ask a Roofer. And they can hit the button that says ask a question. And when that question comes in, we go to our local R Club, which are, just to kind of give some context, right. Our club, Roofer's Coffee Shop is free. So everything you do at Roofer's Coffee Shop as a contractor, you come on there, you get all the resources. It's great. If you want to get a little bit deeper, you can become an R Club member. And as an R Club member, you now get to be involved with Ask a Roofer. So when a question comes in, if it's in your area, we're going to go to you and say, hey, do you want to engage with this homeowner? It's not a lead service. I'm always like, because you're all hearing lead service all the time out there. This is an engagement. This is an opportunity for you to engage. And when homeowners come in, they will hit Find a Roofer and they come to the map. And so the Project Map It map now shows, hey, look, we have contractors all over the country. And we just started this probably not even a year ago. So it's still building. But you can see all the contractors in their area, and then they can engage with them directly. So we don't get in the middle of that. We just provide the opportunity. And within that, the R Club members also get a full directory, which is really important. So you'll have the Project Map It, but then, and actually, Stephen, I have to tell you, this is the newest thing. We're going to also have everybody's directory links go on the Project Map It too for the Roofer's Coffee Shop. So they'll be able to go to their directory and see what this company's all about. Awesome. And it's great for customers. It's great for future employees, for people who want to check it out. They can find people in different areas. They can go to their directories. They can get the information. And so that's just that online community of bringing it together. But when you take it one step further and you start talking about SEO,
there we go,
which is so important for all of your lead generation to get people to your website. By being an R Club member and getting that full directory, you get unlimited backlinks, you get unlimited keywords, you get thought leadership, which is so important. You can show the culture and the spirit of your business on there. And those are the type of things that are so important. And I know also when they click on one of the pins on Project Map It, and that comes up, that also is SEO enabled, right, Stephen?
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, it all works together. And Heidi taught me this, didn't teach me this. Heidi and Karen on your podcast with me.
Yeah.
So backlinks are important, and not just backlinks to like, hoity-toity small little thing that's not getting any kind of people aren't going to that website. You want to go backlinks to websites that are big, right? So if you're a certainteed credentialed contractor, GAF credentialed contractor, and you're writing things on your Facebook post and you're backlinking it to GAF and stuff like that, or certainteed, or Roofer's Coffee Shop that gets a ton of traffic to their website. I mean, Heidi just said there's like 5,000 to 6,000 links a month just on the Ask a Roofer. Now imagine how many actual people come to Roofer's Coffee Shop. So as an R Club member, right?
20,000. Yeah.
Yeah. What is it? 20,000?
Over 20,000. Yeah.
So over 20,000, touch points a month to Roofer's Coffee Shop's website. You can start getting your brand awareness on their website, get engagement through the R Club member, and then all that SEO juice when you're backlinking, right? You might be on a project pin for Project Mapping and saying, hey, take a look at the new Atlantic Blue roof we did in Ellicott City, Maryland. Take a look at our latest blog on Roofer's Coffee Shop, and you're sending it there because 20,000 people go to that blog. That's a very validated, internet source that's going to help bring SEO to your own company. Did I say that right, Heidi? You're better.
Yes, exactly. And what's really important too is along with you actually sourcing, that would be from your site. If you're doing blogs, pulling GAF or Certainteed or Roofer's Coffee Shop blogs and sourcing it back to us, that helps your SEO. The other thing is you want to ask them, right? You want to be on online directories. So by being part of the R Club and being on Roofer's Coffee Shop and having a directory, now we are linking to you. And so as a domain authority, 20 years, when we link to you, that becomes even stronger SEO. As when you fill out your GAF master contractor directory and have all your links in there, and they are sending them back to you, that's again another great domain authority. So online directories are incredibly important, and working through those create that community, but also the SEO part of it, which is what you really want. It takes you up in the rankings. And so the more you can do that, the other thing too, Stephen, along with just the directory, is we love to get articles from our contractors. So anybody who's in the R Club can send us articles, their project profiles, their awards, any press releases, new hires, whatever. We'll not only put that on the directories, but we run that as a news article. Now, again, they're getting hit and it has a link to their site. So really important, great marketing across the board. And I would say one last thing on that is I think thought leadership is incredibly important. The contractors out there who are kind of stepping forward with thought leadership about new products, about charitable giving, about diversity, all of these things bring in so much attention for their business, and it's a whole new way of marketing that is very important. And how you do that is by writing articles, by putting that in your directories, by doing podcasts, we do podcasts with our contractors on Roofer's Coffee Shop, so who are in the R Club. So there's a lot of ways that this can help you build content for your business, build your SEO, and also help you get in front of all the people, not only your customers, but the industry. So
and brand awareness is very important, right? Having good content out there is very important. If you research how to get the right customer or things of that nature, you being an expert in that field is very important for you to show. So when you're posting stuff on Facebook, TikTok, whatever, Snapchat, Pinterest, doesn't matter. If you're able to show like, hey, take a look at the recent podcast we did with Roofer's Coffee Shop, that shows that you're an expert in that field, so that when a homeowner is vetting you and deciding between you and the other two free estimates that came out to their house, that new metal roof, that new asphalt roof, whatever. That's the kind of stuff that helps you close deals over the other over your competition. I was going to show real quick just so you understand kind of. So Heidi's always after me about writing articles. She's like, "Hey, you need to write an article on this. You have a new salesperson that's a bilingual. That's a great article. Send it to me." Yeah. So we're then able to take those articles that they help us edit and fix because they are the experts in the marketing world. And then I share those articles on our social media, again, showing validity. But this is, I think I'm sharing my screen again. Let me hit screen. But this is our directory page. So we have Project Map It, and you'll see like they helped write this. They helped create a video for me. We have a certainty promo that they helped put together. So I have all of this information that they have built out in my specific directory. These are all the different articles that they've helped write or that I've written and they've posted and that we backlink. Here's the episode to the R Club contractors that I did with Heidi and Karen. So all of that stuff helps add the value and brand awareness for you that shows that you're an expert in that local area that you serve. Did I say that? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you explain kind of just how roofing companies get involved with Roofers Coffee Shop, Metals Coffee Shop? I mean, you've spoken a little bit about Metals Coffee Shop, but maybe talk about that.
So number of ways. One, the first thing you want to do is just go and visit, right? Go and visit Roofers Coffee Shop. It's rooferscoffeeshop.com. Go and visit metalcoffeeshop.com and just see what's out there. There is so much continuing education. There is offers, there are the companies, the articles. There's so much you can gain from that. So that's the first step. While you're there, I really recommend sign up for the Week in Roofing or the Week in Metal. Those are our e-news that come out once a week. They're very easy. They're like boom, boom, boom. Fun stuff, fun offers, what's happening in the industry. We have the podcast of the week on there. And videos. So it's really cool. It's a quick, easy, fun read. And then sign up for a user account because we have full classified ads. So if you're looking for labor, if you're looking to sell some items, all of those kind of things you can do on the classified ads. So by getting a user account, you can go into the forum, you can go into the classifieds, all of that. And then the next step is hopefully you're loving that. And be sure to join us for our coffee conversations, which happen twice a month, live panels. Check out our YouTube channel and subscribe to that. We constantly have new videos going on there. But think about becoming part of the R Club because as part of the R Club, monthly we have coffee breaks. Steven's presented at that before, where you get to network with other contractors. You get to see what new hot items are out there, what's happening. For example, this month, our coffee break is going to have the folks from the International Roofing Expo on. And they're going to be on there talking about what is going to be happening at the IRE in March, how you can get early bird discounts, and how you can be more involved. So great conversation amongst contractors. With you're meeting the show manager and the top educational folks from IRE. And so sign up for the R Club. It's only $50 a month and we will help you. We create your directory. We help bring your articles on. We get you signed up for a podcast. We get you into the meetings. We have free Cottony consulting education. You get the map, all this different kind of stuff. So it's really easy to get involved. The R Club is not as much on Metal Coffee Shop, but if you're thinking about getting into metal and adding that to your business, Metal Coffee Shop, the Metal View program that we're doing in conjunction with Sherwin-Williams is out of this world. Again, another differentiator for you in what you're selling. So
here's what I'll say. Like Heidi, so for some of you, and I know some of you, so some of you might be, this is too overwhelming. I don't know. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're taking it all in. I would encourage you, and Heidi, if they wanted to talk kind of a deeper dive with just you, they're able to just email you and you'll get on a call like this, only personalize it with them.
Oh yeah. Love to.
So when I talked to Heidi the first time, I was like, whew, I got to figure this out. And then I got on the call and then I got on a second call and I'm being honest with everybody and everybody knows I'm a very transparent person. I would not, first of all, be doing a webinar with Heidi if I didn't think RCS was worth it at all. She is like she said, she's been in the industry forever.
Yeah, forever.
If you look at their social media, they've got thousands of social media followers as well. They're at every conference. Heidi's there doing interviews with all sorts of people. So if you're just scratching your head and wondering, is being an R Club member worth it? I would encourage you to get on a call with Heidi. Email her and say, let's talk a little deeper and see exactly what you mean. She has literally helped. She has held a hand. I don't have a videographer. Again, I have like 5 people in my company and a development team in Argentina. So like I'm not a marketing expert. That's the worst thing. I'm not creative at all. She has a videographer that she put me in touch with who was able to do videos for me. So I mean, they edit they asked me to write a history of project mapping, and I'm like, okay, I'm not the best writer, but I'll do the best I can. They have people to help you with that. So they really will help. The whole team is amazing, first of all, but they will help you kind of, if you're like me and not the best marketer and all that. That's just one small aspect that Roofer's Coffee Shop does, but the networking, she has introduced me to all sorts of people that have helped me out. And again, knowing, just being in the roofer community where you, if you're an R Club member, can share your expertise with other budding roofing companies, or if you are trying to learn more about like our IRE or the latest and greatest in technology or whatever that Roofer's Coffee Shop is promoting that month, it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. I
and we can,
about you.
Yeah, we didn't. Thank you, Steven. You're so sweet. And so we didn't mention too, because if you're a Project Map It customer, you get 15% off. So I have been in the industry for 30 years. I've been on all sides of it, worked for Malarkey. I was in charge of communications for Carlisle. Worked with a startup of Eagle View. So love to talk to anybody who wants to just talk about marketing. One of the fun things we're doing this next year, Steven, is we're going to be having quarterly peer marketing meetings for our club. So this is going to be, we're going to be reaching out to everybody, whether it's the owner or the marketing coordinator or whoever it may be in the company that's interested in marketing. And we're going to bring contractors from all over the country to talk about marketing together. So we'll just be there kind of like asking the questions, but we're going to let them do the talking. Like, how do Google ads work for you? How does social media work? You know, how's it your SEO and the backlinks? What are you doing with your directory? So we're trying to bring folks together like that, because really they can share with each other some of the best. And it's just like your network of contractors. You know, we're trying to bring all these together.
Yeah, that's awesome. Does anybody have any questions that you'd like to chat about in the chat box? We're going to open that up. Heidi, is there anything else that I missed maybe from our interview questions that I didn't hit that you would like to definitely discuss?
I don't think so. I'm just going to look here real quick, but we talked
about most of it. Yep.
Yeah, the SEO I think is really important, and also just creating those partnerships, networking, getting to know people. And so online you can start building those relationships, whether you know, I always think about, you know, we're meeting monthly with our club, and they get to know each other. And then when they go to the IRE show, the International Roofing Show, or they, you know, Western States or wherever you may be in the country, all of a sudden you're like, I know you, right? And so you now have this network where you can talk to people, or you can go to the booths and say, hey, I saw you on Roofer's Coffee Shop. So I think, you know, that online networking, both for your company and for you personally, you know, Steven, I can't go without saying, for all the women who I see here, National Women in Roofing, you got to do it. It's one of the best things ever. So this is where you kind of get that connection.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. I don't have any questions. I would encourage, and I know a lot of you on here, I think there's one owner, two office administrators and stuff like that. I think, you know, I do know that owners are very busy. Here's a random question. When you're with your art club members, do you specifically talk to the owners a lot of the times? Are they the ones that you're communicating, or is it a lot of times the office manager, administrator that it's
actually both?
Is it?
We try for both, because we want to, we have resources for everybody. So like every month we do lunch and learns, right? We want that to get into the front office. We want, it's meant for the front office, but we, you know, I love to talk to the owners. What are your needs? What do you need for your, you know, retention in your company? What's happening? I'm very involved with, I'm on the board of NRCA in Western States. And so we try to also encourage people to get involved. And so that's sometimes the owners, sometimes not. So we kind of we like everybody in roofing.
I tend to talk to the owners or the decision makers, but after that, the real people that run the company, I jokingly say that the office administrators are the ones that I traditionally are working with. But that's why I was just wondering. Yeah. Owners, don't get me wrong. I know you do it all, but I know you rely heavily on that office administrator as well. Okay, no questions are on the chat box. This is going to be recorded. We're going to post it on our YouTube page. I'm sure yes, Roofer's Coffee Shop will put it on your YouTube page. Yeah. I really appreciate, Heidi, you taking the time out. I would just say for anybody that's watching this right now live or on a recording, at the very least, have a conversation with Heidi, whether it's just a phone call or a screen share like this. I left my first meeting with Heidi floored. Like, I remember I went to my wife later on that day. I was like, man, I thought this lady was going to try to get me for like thousands of dollars a month to advertise on it. And it was the exact opposite of what I thought it was going to be. And I just remember speaking to my wife about how great of a person you are, Heidi, and your whole team. I mean, it's not they have a lot of people that work at Roofer's Coffee Shop, but it's a little bit of a family business too, right? Like your son.
It is. Yeah. Both of our kids and my husband work here. So
yeah. And they're all amazing, just like Heidi, along with everybody else beyond the actual immediate family of the
we actually have other parent kids who work together here and husband wives who work together here. So we decided we're going to be just like roofing companies. We don't care. We're going to all be related. We're going to figure it out.
Whenever someone buys Project Map It for $80 million, right, and I'm looking for a job, I'm going to be, hopefully by then my son will be in college and me and my son will come over with my daughter and we'll work at Roofer's Coffee Shop.
I love it. Well, and I do want to just say thank you to everybody who's on here. And you're already there. You're using Project Map It. So you're already there. And it's such a great tool. It's so important. So if you want to add to that, we're here for you. But we're here for you no matter what. So just come to Roofer's Coffee Shop and be part of our community.
Well, thank you, Heidi, for coming and dropping your knowledge like you always do to me every single time we chat. Dan, Manny, Kendall, and anybody that's going to be watching this recording, at least have a conversation with this young lady. She is amazing. Amazing.
And we'll just get to know each other. It's great.
Well, thank you, everybody, for taking the time out of your busy day. I know it's the end of the year and you're all trying to get that last push, but have a great day, Heidi. And if anybody wants to email me as well and talk more at length, you know me. You probably have my cell phone number. You can call me or text me anytime.
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, everybody.
Take care, everyone. You're welcome, Kendall. Bye.